I am in no way condoning or endorsing violence against women or the public for any reason. In this video, I am merely pointing out what has happened and what could happen if the sexual marketplace continues to devolve. Thank you.
Sharpe.
What's up, guys? It's your man, Donovan Sharpe, and welcome to this special Friday afternoon TSR special. I was getting ready to actually walk my dogs. Then I was about to go into the bathroom, line up my hair, get the beard game tight like I do every Friday night. I check my email, and lo and behold, everybody's like, Donovan, we need to get your take on the bagel guy. Donovan, what's up with the 5-foot bagel guy losing his mind at the bagel shop? And listen, man, I try to give the people what they want. I wasn't going to talk about this, but I got way too much. I got way too many requests not to break this down. So it is already up on the screen, and I'm going to play the video, guys, for you. I'm going to break this bad boy down. Here we go.
Why is that okay? Why is it okay for women to say, oh, you're 5 feet on dating sites? You should be dead? That's okay?
Okay, so first off, you see this guy is really pissed off, right? I think that's pretty obvious. Now, the video starts in the middle of what had happened. Obviously, there were things that happened before this girl's camera started rolling. This is what's gone viral. According to the guy, and I watched the news feature. They caught him in a parking lot and got him to do an interview. According to him, he was there ordering like an egg white bagel or something, and the Indian woman couldn't understand him, so he had to correct her several times. So he was already frustrated. And according to him, she laughed and made faces at the people, presumably because he is short. One thing led to another, and now we have this. But let's talk about what he's talking about, which is the dating sites. Gentlemen, this is why guys get frustrated on dating sites. Dating sites are based on nothing but visuals, guys. Dating sites are a meat market. A lot of girls don't like dudes under 6 feet. That's how it is, right? The reason, and that's for another, that video is for another day and time. Listen, a woman will say, well, I can't date a guy who's under 6 feet. But then when a guy says, well, listen, I'm not going to date a girl who's over 130 pounds and they want to lose their minds. We'll talk about that another date and time. But the reason why this guy is pissed, he's not really pissed off at this bagel shop, people. This is sort of an accumulation of all of this frustration. This guy is pissed off because he feels like his options are limited. He's been through this his whole life, and it sucks. Are his options limited? Yes, of course. The guy is 5 feet tall. But just because you're 5 feet tall doesn't mean you can't improve yourself in other ways that you have control over. You can't control what you look like, at least facial-wise, right? If you were born ugly, you're born ugly, but you can't control your fitness, right? You can't control how tall you are, but you can control your fitness. That's the that's the part where you have to quit feeling sorry for yourself, and I'm going to get into this a little bit later. But this guy's been through this his entire life. This was one of many occurrences, and this was just the straw that broke the camel's back. So like I said, what he's upset about, other than the fact that he's really short and someone just pissed him off, is that what he is saying, if you guys read between the lines, he's saying girls can have standards, but men can't. He sees this, and this is what pisses him off. Let's continue. Oh, wait a minute.
Who said that to you here? Nobody.
Women in general.
Okay, so right off the bat, again, the girl shouldn't have said anything, right? She says, well, who said that to you here? This is her sort of egging him on, right? She saw an opportunity to upset an angry little man, and she took it. Now, I want you to keep in mind that the only reason she's talking to this guy like this, the only reason she's confronting him and having this discussion like this is because there are men around. Women do this all the time, gentlemen. They speak to men in such a way that lets them know that they're not afraid of any sort of retribution. Words are fine, but women know that they can talk to men and treat men any old type of way, and he's not going to do anything, because if he does, he's going to suffer consequences either from the male bystanders or the cops who are going to throw him in jail. Again, women do this all the time.
On dating sites. You think I'm making that shit up? Everywhere I go, I do the same fucking smirk with the biting lip.
Yeah, this dude's been through this his whole life. It sucks, but this just exploded and boiled over.
Shut your mouth.
Hey.
Fuck God or my father.
Listen. For a short dude, I got to tell you, he's got balls. I mean, look at him. He's looking this dude right in the eye, right? He's looking him right in the eye. He makes eye contact. I think he makes body contact. This is classic little man syndrome, guys. This guy's probably gotten his ass kicked a whole lot. So in his mind, what's another ass whooping, right? I mean, I've had my ass whooped before, but I wasn't afraid of getting my ass whooped, right? That's the difference. Tupac said it best. I'd rather live like a man. I'd rather die like a man than live like a coward. I guess this guy's feeling the same way.
Oh my thoughts. Dude, you want to step outside? You want to step outside?
Wow. Okay, there are two kinds of people in the world when it comes to fighting. Okay? People who get ready and people who stay ready. This dude stays ready. This guy, listen, this guy wakes up ready to fight each and every day. Don't get it twisted, man. This guy wakes up looking for a fight. This guy wakes up looking for confrontation each and every day. And all he was looking for is, this dude only needed a reason. And he got his reason.
Huh? I'm not scared, pal. I'm not. You shut up, too. She said, no, got any attack, big fuck.
Okay, now this guy's a fucking coward. This guy in the blue shirt, he is a coward. This dude is twice his size, and he's telling this little angry man to shut up. Gentlemen, guys like this are cowards. They only get into physical altercations, physical confrontations, physical fights with people they know they can beat. Guys, I've been in this situation many times. I get some guy at a Vegas casino or a bar talking, they're talking shit to me, right? They're drunk and they're trying to impress their girl and this and that. Come on, we can fight. Let's go outside. The guy can barely stand up, right? And I think to myself, dude, I know I could crush this guy. This guy will need facial reconstructive surgery if I get my hands on this guy. So guess what? You got to be the bigger man. You just got to back off. The first guy that the little man bowed up on, do you want to step outside? Listen, the guy did the right thing, kept his arms crossed. He's like, look, I know I can kick this little man's ass. The guy's already pissed off. He's already humiliated. I'm not going to humiliate him anymore. No, Mr. Tough Nuts here in the blue shirt. Oh, you shut the fuck up. And he goes and he tackles a guy who's 5 feet tall who he knows cannot beat him. Men who get into fights with other men they know they can beat, those are cowards. The real men get it. Listen, I have never been in a fight where I was 100% I knew I was going to win. I've won a lot. I've lost fights before, guys. I've gotten curb stomped many, many times, but I've won a lot more than I've lost. But I have never, ever, ever physically accosted a person I knew I could snap like a twig. That's called, dude, that's being a coward. This guy is a coward. There's nothing heroic about what this guy did. What's he going to go? What's he going to do? Go home and tell his girlfriend, yeah, I beat up some guy today. Oh, really? What did he? Some little 5-foot guy talking shit at a bagel shop. What, do you think she's going to drop her panties after that? Get out of here. Let's continue the video here. Yeah, Mr. fucking tough guy. Okay, that laugh right there, that laugh is a microcosm of today's women. Gentlemen, should she have laughed? Of course not. But guess what, guys? If this doesn't show you that girls could not care less about your sexual market deficiencies, I don't know what else does. Guys, it's not fair that this guy is short, but you want to know something? Girls don't give a fuck about what is under your control. They don't care about what you can't control. In their minds, you're short because you're short, right? And you want to know something? Not only do they not give a shit, they actually make fun of guys who have sexual market deficiencies they have no control over. They make fun of guys who are short. They make fun of guys who are ugly. They make fun of guys who are born with deformities. They make fun of guys who are born with handicaps. They make fun of guys who are autistic, who have mental illness. Yes, this is today's American women. Let's make fun of guys who have sexual market deficiencies they have absolutely no control over. He, ha, ha, ha. Now, granted, the guy complaining and going on this verbal tirade and everything makes it very easy to attack him. And if we know anything about women, they always do what's easy, right? But that's what this is. And then you hear the girl say, the girl standing to his left, now there's no need to laugh. She's actually feeling sorry for him, and that's probably what's making him really, really, really upset. Probably made him that much more upset that a woman came to his defense. All right, and that was the end of the video. This thing has gone viral, but I have two takeaways from this particular video. Number one, I don't feel sorry for this guy. I don't. I do feel a little bit of sympathy for him because he was born short, but I don't feel sorry for the guy. And the reason I don't feel sorry for him is because, like I said earlier, there are things that are under your control that you can change. If you were born short, make sure you are in the best shape possible. Listen, women would, well, I don't know. My guess, I mean, if we're talking about extreme, women would rather date a guy who's 5 feet tall and ripped than a guy who's 6 feet tall and 350 pounds. I mean, I'm not a woman, but I'd like to think that. I mean, unless you're Biggie Smalls, but then, of course, then there's status and all that, right? So the guy was short, no problem. But you saw he had a little bit of a beer gut, right? There are things that are under your control that affect your sexual market value, your fitness, your finances, your overall game, your confidence. Yes, it is far easier to be confident when you are tall. I'm 6'1", Roosh is 6'2". Very easy for us to be confident because we're taller than most people in the world. But that doesn't mean that you just automatically check out of the sexual marketplace and just start feeling sorry for yourself. This doesn't mean that you have to get mad at the world because the creator dealt you a bad hand as far as height is concerned. That's not what you're supposed to do. This is not what men do. This guy is also a hothead, right? Listen, I mean, I'm preaching to the choir. I'm a hothead myself, right? He can work on these things. This guy has sexual market deficiencies. Guess what? I have sexual market deficiencies too. I used to be fat. I used to be terrible with women. I was fat. I was terrible with women. I'm a black guy who sounds like a white guy. Who the hell was trying to get with me? Right? But did I sit around and cry about it? No. I got my shit together. I got in shape. I made good financial decisions, and now I'm Donovan Sharpe. That's how this works. So I don't feel sorry for this guy. Like I said, I do feel a little bit of sympathy for him because he was dealt a bad hand as Chester. Oh, Chester's chasing the cat. Anyway, I feel a little bit of sympathy for the guy, but complaining about this stuff doesn't do anything for anybody. Like, you can complain all you want. Hey, Dev, go get him and shut him up. Jesus Christ. My dog is quiet all day long. As soon as I'm on the air, now he wants to bark. Jesus. Anyway. Yeah, my dog is feeling sorry for the guy too. Number two, and this is very, very serious, guys. We're lucky this guy, this little short Long Island guy, we're lucky he doesn't suffer in silence. Okay? The men who suffer in silence, gentlemen, are the men who shoot places up. Men who mass murder people because of women. This guy, this little guy in the bagel shop, he's pissed off because women don't want him. Okay, fine. But did Elliot Rodger have a public blow up? No. He stayed quiet until he decided to kill 6 people in Isla Vista. Did Alec Manassian blow up? Nope. He decided to stay quiet until he ran over 16 people on a busy Toronto street and killed 10 of them. Did Sung Wee Cho have a verbal tirade? Did he go public with his stuff? Nope. He suffered in silence before he killed 32 people in Blacksburg, Virginia, on Virginia Tech's campus, including himself. Did Nicholas Cruz have a public meltdown? He killed 17 people because of a girl. Did Andreas Lubitz yell and scream? Nope. He flew a plane into the side of a mountain, killing himself and over 150 passengers and crew. Look up the Germanwings crash. I forget what the flight number was. I wrote about it on Return of Kings. We can all laugh, we can all chuckle, and we can all have a good time. But at least we can see this guy is distraught, guys. It could have been very, very different. Gentlemen, this is what happens when the sexual marketplace is deregulated. This is what happens when there are no checks and balances. This is what happens when you introduce birth control. This is what happens when you take a feminist mindset in terms of dating and relationships. This is what happens when you give women control over the sexual marketplace. We get 20% of the men sleeping with 80% of the women. And that's what creates men like Elliot Rodger, Sung Wee Cho, Alec Manassian, Nicholas Cruz, Andreas Lubitz. You see, guys, we think that we're in some utopian Shangri-La where it's all free love and everybody can sleep with anybody they want. It's all fun and games until the top 70 to 80%, until the bottom 70, maybe 80% starts to get restless. And one of them ends up shooting up a school or a mall. And you guys can say, well, it's survival of the fittest, Donovan. And listen, you're getting no argument from me. Natural selection is what it is. Natural selection. But because women now have access to quite literally any man in the world, right there in the palm of her hand on her smartphone, men who aren't in the top 20%, they end up getting left behind. Now, here's the thing. Most of the bottom 70 to 80%, they suffer in silence. A few of them go on a verbal tirade and they melt down like this guy did, right? But there are also many men who have this anger inside of them, boiling inside of them for years and years, just waiting for something to happen to cause them to just go crazy. And when it does, it ends in death, and a lot of it. Gentlemen, women now run the sexual marketplace. They are in complete control. They decide which people are born and which people are not. Right? If a woman gets pregnant, listen, we can say, well, the father should have a say. Listen, if a woman wants to get an abortion, guess what? She can get an abortion. Consequences be damned. That is her choice and hers alone. Should it be that way? No, but guess what? It is. Women decide which people get born and which people do not. Rollo Tomasi says abortion. What does he say? He says abortion is the purest form of hypergamy. Women rarely abort the fetuses of alpha males. That's hypergamy personified. Women also decide which men can have sex and which men they cannot. They are in complete control. And when women have any semblance of control over anything involving sex and relationships, you get the shit show that is today's sexual marketplace. And guys, what this does is this creates a bizarro world of men who act in ways we're not supposed to act. You get guys like me who have figured out that we have to ignore our instincts and treat women like absolute garbage in order to get what we want out of them. That's not the way it should be, but that's the way it is. And guys like me have figured out, you know what? I don't like that I got to be this way, but you know what? In order to get what I want out of women, this is what it's got to be. Adapt and adjust. Then you get guys like Turd Flinging Monkey, who is in a relationship with an inanimate object. Jesus Christ. Then you get guys who never experience sex with a woman. We call these guys incels. Then you get guys who are mad at the world, like Bagel Boy there in Long Island. And then you get guys like Elliot Rodger and Nicholas Cruz. Just think about that for a second. Just really think about that. Think about the kind of men feminism has created. It has created douchebags who make it their goal in life to be as absolutely horrible to women as humanly possible and getting rewarded for it. It's created men who have completely checked out of the dating market and are actually endorsing being in relationships with sex dolls. We got sex dolls with their own websites and Instagrams. I swear to God. It's created men that we like to call incels. It's created men who yell and scream about how unfair the sexual marketplace is, the bagel guy. And then it's created the mass shooter. Yes, gentlemen, feminism has created the mass shooter. Make no mistake about it. Listen, Eric Harris and Dylan Klebold, when they shot up Columbine High School in 99, those were for some messed up reasons. But have you guys noticed that all of the mass shooters, all of the mass killings, they all have one thing in common? That's right. They're frustrated with women. So in the end, we all got a good laugh, myself included, right? Like, I laughed at this guy. This guy's a clown. This guy got his 15 minutes of fame, and everyone is going to go on with their lives. But gentlemen, this could have very well been a different story. This could very well have been another mass shooting. The headline could have easily been, man kills 23, injures 16, and turns the gun on himself in a Long Island bagel shop. So we can all laugh and chuckle, and, laugh at this guy's shortcomings, pun intended. But trust me when I tell you guys, there are a lot more men out here than we realize, okay? And a lot of them are looking to send a message about how they really feel about women. The difference is these guys aren't going to be like Bagel Boy and yell and scream about it. Their message is going to be sent in a different way with AK bullets. And then we all ask the same questions. Well, how could this happen? Why is this happening? Why are men so angry? Well, the answer is simple. It is the deregulation of the sexual marketplace that is now controlled by women. Thanks for watching. I am in no way condoning or endorsing violence against women or the public for any reason. In this video, I am merely pointing out what has happened and what could happen if the sexual marketplace continues to devolve. Thank you.